Hey, how you guys doing out there in Facebook world? This is your big bad KetoDaddy saying holla if you hear me. All right, so yeah, the questions keep pouring in. They pouring in. We got a lot of people on program 42 now making all kinds of success. So I got a list of things that I'd like to go through and or repeat. So number one question, Jamie, what the heck is keto paleo? And I'll probably start almost every Sunday out like this recently, it seems like. So when you hear about a paleo diet, you think about foods that our ancestors ate during our evolution, or a caveman diet, or a natural human diet. So essentially all that is everything we ate through our evolution. Anything that you could hunter-gatherer. You know, anthropologists say we come from a primarily hunter-gatherer species, probably more hunter than gatherer, but that's debatable. Anyway, so when you think of paleo, what the heck is a paleo diet? You usually traditionally think of things that we ate as a hunter-gatherer. So if you pictured yourself, I keep stealing from Neanderthal, if you're buck naked on the savannas of Africa with a stick and a rock, what could you eat? So then what is a keto diet, or what is a nutritional ketosis, and what is that all about? It's another way for your body to metabolize for energy. You're actually essentially lowering your dietary carbohydrate to a level that your body switches over to burning fat or ketones for its primary fuel source, as opposed to burning glucose or sugar. And what I've pretty much done has combined the two ideologies together to what I think is a real optimal health diet, or optimal performance diet, or a great diet for reversing any type of metabolic diseases. And you know, there's exceptions along the way, and there's different ways to get there, here from there, with everybody and everything. But right now, this is kind of where I'm standing. So if you take a hunter-gatherer grocery list and lower your total carbohydrate level to a point where your body switches over to nutritional ketosis, which is burning, you know, fat for energy, that's kind of where that whole thing comes at. So the next step further, I'm getting a lot of question, you know, how, you know, carb flu, electrolytes, all that kind of thing. How important are they? Well, depending on where you start. In reality, if you started from a really bad, a real standard American diet, and it was just basically you were living most of your meals, you know, fast food alley, or, you know, out of a Speedway gas station, etc., you may feel the effects of switching over to a low-carb diet way more than anybody else. Not saying that everybody doesn't experience this, we all do at some level. But electrolytes will play an important role in that, because you're actually dropping your carbohydrate out, so your body usually uses part of that as part of the mechanism to hold on to some sodium, which in turn holds on to some blood pressure, and that's kind of what you're feeling with that carb flu. You get that foggy, no blood pressure feeling, and you're kind of woozy, foggy, tired. That's usually a drop in the blood pressure. And if, like I said, if you come from a really bad diet and switch down to a ketogenic diet, you may feel the effects of that way more than someone else may. And a quick, easy fix, and it takes like 2 minutes, is a cup of broth or a cup of salt water, anything to bump your sodium back up for the interim, so you can feel that blood pressure again and not feel that foggy, woozy. My athletes, I can't stress enough to you, broth up before a workout, especially if it's going to be an intense cardio sweat where you're just going to sweat everything out, because you can really only hold that sodium at a blood level, and you're going to push everything out. Power lifters, bodybuilders, if you're looking for that blood pressure, a great example of that is if I'm, you know, hardcore keto for X amount of months, and say I'm drinking a ton of coffee all day, and the caffeine just sucks all the fluid out of me. If I don't broth up about a half hour before my workout, it can be cheapo broth, it can be good broth, it can be nice bone broth, but just make sure your sodium's high. And like I said, it can be a cup of salt water if you want. Get that back up, get that blood pressure back up, and then your workouts will feel fine. So yeah, my athletes that keep asking me, don't forget your broth. Okay, so big difference between being keto adapted and having ketones. Okay, so a lot of people are diving into this, and they're getting little bits of information off Facebook and little quick YouTube videos, and there's a Johnny come lately that's just jumped onto the scene that's giving out a lot of misinformation, like you don't need to count calories. And anyway, there's a big difference between keto adapted or fat adapted and being making ketones. Okay, so if any medium chain triglyceride hits your liver, it's going to turn into ketone. It's going to overflow to your blood. You're going to find some ketones. In the beginning, when you're switching over to nutritional ketosis, you will find the piss strips work really well. That your body really hasn't recognized it as an energy source. You're dumping a lot of excess to urine, and you'll have nice purple sticks. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, you can get them in the diabetic section at just about anywhere, in a pharmacy, at Walmart's, anywhere, and you'll have nice dark purple strips. Over time, as long as you stay in nutritional ketosis or some version of ketosis, fasting ketosis, your body will start recognizing that more of a fuel source. And I'm summarizing here, I'm not really going into a lot of detail. You'll start seeing less and less of those, so don't get discouraged. The next thing is, you'll hear people a lot of things, blood meters. Oh, what are your blood level ketones at? I got a 0.4 millimolar or a 4 millimolar, and Johnny has a 1 millimolar. He's not as in ketosis as you are. That's not true. The science is that anywhere from a half to 1 they haven't found any real benefit between being any higher as far as a fat burning. That's just your own body's makeup, and that's how your body regulates and burns ketones and where you're at in this journey. Okay, so don't chase ketones, or don't chase that number as much as you chase your results, and that's what my Keto Gains buddies have been preaching forever. Don't chase ketones, chase results. So a perfect example of that is, I have a member here at my gym, comes up to me, he says, hey, I've lost 30 pounds, I feel great, my blood panel turned around, I want to get one of those blood meters now to see, where my ketone levels are. And I'm like, so you've lost 30 pounds so far, you feel great, and your blood work's come around, what do you care? Right? What do you care at that point? Everything's working for you. Why would you bother chasing ketones if what you're doing is working? Makes sense? Okay. There's other meters out there. I'm currently experimenting with ketonics and the Level Now meter. Wait for more videos this week. I hopefully have some more time to plug them in side by side, and we'll do some compare and analysis. The ketogenic index is coming along, testing foods in a fasted state while being keto adapted. Where do your ketones fall in? Like I just said, don't chase ketones, but here I am. I'm kind of a data guy. I want to see how that affects blood levels, because I know from some metabolic standpoints an elevated ketone level may have some benefits, and versus taking an exogenous ketone versus taking olive oil, you may see more bang for the buck out of the olive oil. At least I have so far, and everyone that I've tested. So anyway, no foods. Okay, you guys might have seen on my, no foods. On my Instagram, I'm posting, I got a care package from No Foods, and they use their primary ingredient is allulose. And that will show up, won't show up on your blood glucose if you take it. So they're making some great treats. I don't say cheats, I say treats, because every once in a while, some of us, depending on where we're in our journey, need a treat, or would like a treat really bad. And I can't fault you for that. I understand. I came from being a 250-pound shop vac who ate everything in sight. So look for more posts on that. So far, everything I've tried from those guys has been delicious. Yeah, I'm more into eat real food as much as possible, but every once in a while, Tubby Jamie likes to go back and have a little treat. Those pop up maybe once a week or so. Okay? So what else we got on here? Yeah, Quest Nutrition. They make some great stuff too. Look for their stuff. They have a whole keto line, Adapt bars. Those guys are doing some great work too. For you guys that are looking for that port in the storm, okay? I realize that for some of you, this is a hard diet. I don't expect anyone ever to jump into an elitist level. And actually, if you zoom in on this, I'll give you an exact example why. If you are, say, up here, I'm sorry, let's do that. And let's say you're a 500-pound person doing that standard American diet, and you're living out of a gas station. And over time, you get better and better. So from 500 to 400 pounds, let's say you can have all the treats, cheats, and creams and dairies you want, and that's very effective for you. You may find yourself at the 400 to 300 pound mark, 300 pound, you may need to dial it in a little better. So one of the big things that I do in here is I have guys that want to try a ketogenic diet, and they go just regular keto, maybe not keto paleo in the beginning, they keep dairy in there, so they keep a lot of creams and cheeses. And maybe they overeat and they get stuck at this 300-pound level. Now 300-pound guy wants to go to 200 pounds. Here he may have to go total keto paleo. All right, and then maybe he wants to get down to, you know, a ripped fighting weight, let's say under 7% body fat. Here he might have to go complete keto paleo and no treats. Okay, this is just kind of a timeline of what your journey might look like, and I try to stress this to a lot of people. So if you're a 500-pound guy and you need to make a change, and you use every keto treat under the sun, you use the No Foods, Quest Foods, Adapt Foods, and you drop 100 pounds, and let's say you're even drinking Diet Pop here, which I know is pretty much the devil, right? And you're successful dropping that first 100 pounds and you get motivated to go to the next level, there's no way I can tell you that's wrong. Nobody can tell you that's wrong. Your journey may take you to that next level though. 300 pounds, you cut the dairy. Let's say you cut dairy here. Next journey, 300 to 200, you go complete keto paleo and you just eat real food, which is JERF. You'll see the hashtag JERF a lot. And then say maybe you want to get from that 200 to 180 and you want to be shredded, then you go complete keto paleo, all real food, no treats. That's kind of the point I make, okay? Everyone's got to start their journey and find out what works for them. I applaud anybody who takes the time to think about what they're eating. And you'll see me post things about treats, even though I'm primarily a real food guy, but that's just to help everybody. Books, DVDs, everything at KetoDaddy.com. You guys need to learn how dialing things in. There's a Keto Check app. I just got another version of Keto Check 2.0 for Android last night. I'm going to play with it today, and hopefully this is the last week of final touches. Keto Check 2.0 is on Apple. I got a good YouTube video on that. If you guys are stumbling with it, it's a great tool for you beginners and get you guys started. Anyway, eat like you care about yourself. This is Jamie trying to help you guys, your big bad keto daddy. Have a good day. We'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.